The annual research by Uwezo, an education-centered NGO, was conducted in 112 districts across Uganda. It sought to test the English reading and division skills of primary school pupils. The study found out that from P3 to P7, 3 out of 10 pupils could read a story in English and do division of P2 work. In P3, which is a mid-primary, and the final year P7, only 2 out of 10 pupils could read and understand a story in English.
We always get these heart attacks, heart problems when we go to assess. You really feel like, oh my God, we have really wasted this child's 7 years. They are finishing P7. They don't know how to read, they can't count. In a way, almost, their future is almost determined. That is not good for the nation.
Only Ugandans will define for us who an explorer is.
The literacy and numeracy competencies were found to be consistently better in urban areas, fairly well-to-do families that take their children to elite schools.
56 out of 100 kids in urban areas were able to read and comprehend a story, those between P3 and P7. And only 35 out of 100.
This report is going to be discussed by top management, and then we lay strategies on how to improve, because improvement is part of an education system.
The report also shows that P3 to P7 pupils with good grasp of English and numeracy of primary 2 level were in schools in western and central Uganda. Mbarara tops the list at 56.5%, Wachiso 54.3%, Shema 52.8%, while northern Uganda districts of Oyam at 16.9% and Koboko 13.6% had the least number of pupils with competencies in English and numeracy.
An accident and you're taken to intensive care unit. You don't go looking for somebody from the west or central. You're looking for a doctor. So we must get concerned that these learning outcomes are so unequally distributed, and it should be a concern to the entire nation.
One of the factors cited for the poor performance and regional disparities was inadequate textbooks, especially in local languages, which is the basis for early learning.
We don't have much of the textbooks in schools, but at least we have some. We have some for the teacher.
Over 8 million pupils study in free universal primary education UPE schools across the country. UPE was introduced by the NRM government in 1997. The report has revealed that 49% of the pupils do not get a meal while at school during the day. That means the teachers are teaching hungry pupils who can't concentrate during learning. Although it's not the responsibility of the Ministry of Education to provide meals, but what is government's intervention since all this happens, especially in areas where parents cannot afford a meal in a day?
We have not yet known how we are going to do it.
Although the rate of teacher absenteeism has declined, education experts say government needs to do a lot more to keep teachers in school.
Human beings by nature are lazy. They need to be monitored. They need to be reminded and be followed up. And this is what we are doing.
Senior people in education management recommend that to improve learning outcomes in primary and secondary schools, children's competencies must be tested to form the basis of teaching.
You can see the weak areas, you can identify the gaps, and then see how you can cover them. So the learning process is strengthened by formative assessment.
Uwezo reports are released annually across Uganda, Kenya and Tanzania. It's not clear how much of these recommendations have been taken up by government over the years and the actions taken on the basis of the report. Sudil Byaruhanga, NTV.